that I'm that I'm like subbing for.
Oh shit. Getting
So
the mixed coaching.
Yeah.
Giving away the secrets here.
So that's why it was I mean, my current experience with that team was played one scrim and then played a match. I'm gonna have to figure out how to make their scrim times. Hey, that's us.
That is us.
Nice. Ugh. Ugh.
Oh, I didn't like put their logo in or anything. Oops. I'm not actually prepared for this.
Whoa.
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 That's never happened before.
From Ashes Esports.
Hey. There's a draft link. That's a Poggers Doggers right there.
Poggers, not doggers.
Not Doggers? Oh man.
I just saw Lane's post. He opened his ticket to get the Banditos roster changed.
Yeah,
Five people responded and they said, "We don't have your money."
Yeah, the CCS admins told him
Yeah.
they didn't have his money.
I need space and spectate.
Line up when ready, please.
Yeah, everyone else, if
Sorry, go ahead.
it needs to be the support. I would say they can shuffle around if the support leaves. But so this team, they played last week. Yeah.
So the our both of them have been off for a week.
Okay, yeah,
So-
I see that actually. Yeah. Didn't-
Yeah, they were off for the 4th. So the last time we saw the Masters team was not good. We didn't like that. They lost 2-1 to the Goofy Goobers.
No, they got clean 2-0 by the Goofy Goobers.
Or
Yeah.
it was a 2-0 from the Goofy Goobers.
Yeah.
It's very not goofy, in fact.
Goofiest of goobers.
Oh yeah, that was. Yeah, so they had like really close fights in the early game, and then just got hard snowballed on. And we just need to not be goofy and force things, and we should be okay. I remember now. It's all coming back to me. All right, so they have. Okay, we're figuring out the technicalities of how to join the lobby in
Yeah,
the correct order.
I started to type it earlier and then I didn't, and then it doesn't seem like we quite got it. So I did.
I don't
type
know
it.
how it's so complicated, but
Hey.
we are also taking up 3 spectate slots, so.
Yeah, that's kind of why I didn't type it the first time. Because I didn't want to be
Like, if
overbearing, considering like I am the problem, you know. But
If I had anybody added, I'll just add Yuna right now in Indigo, and we'll see if they add me back.
I, you know,
Yuna added me. Sick. Then, ow!
congratulate. Wait, what just happened? Are you there?
Did that do it? Am I back?
What? Oh yeah, there
Okay, I got briefly decapitated by my dog. He just came in and pulled my headset off of my head while I was still wearing it, and apparently also detached it. So
you go. Nice.
we fixed it, but
Okay. Yeah, I just heard a ow, and then you were gone.
yeah, it went pretty well for me. Hopefully, he's right back over here, right back in the business area. All right, I need to figure out a new solution for this. Apparently,
We're all right. Or we can tell them are, yeah.
oh, yeah. I don't know why.
Come on, Jared.
Nope.
Jared said it.
I have a I'm linking them, and then I'll flip the thing over, and then
yeah.
we'll do the thing. I just figured it was the last thing I copy pasted, but it wasn't. Okay. We're live.
We're live.
We somehow made it to the non-scripted portion of the broadcast. There's not actually a script for any of it, in fact, or I would type one, and it would probably take an extra amount of time that I don't have.
Hard to believe.
This is week 5 of Aegis Vanguard League. I'm Maris, my co-caster is Lexus. It's Return of the Middlesticks 3-1 versus From Ashes Esports 4-0. Lexus is popping open a beverage. What beverage do you have?
It's just a Coke.
A Coke? Straight
Yeah.
Coke? In a can?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
That's
save
how to
the-
do it.
the drinking for halfway through the second game. Depending on how it's going.
I myself
yeah.
have a Baja Blast, so we're really doing it right now.
Did you have like the accompanying Taco Bell, or was it just a raw?
No, we got it, a raw one. We went and fetched it out
Just
of
a
the
raw
wild.
Baja.
Yeah, they have like extra different Baja flavors at. I mean, we got them at Hy-Vee, I think, but they're also at Walmart. There's like a mango one and a pineapple one that are also called Baja something or another, and they're all right. But we had to get all 3 of them at the same time apparently, so
Yeah.
we got those. Anyway, there's a bunch of bands that have happened. Shout out X-Craze, thanks for the sub. That's 15 months. I've been doing that for 15 months, so that's kind of crazy. All right, Seraphine, not going to be B1 for the first time ever. Let's fucking go. Got banned. Swain, Volibear, Wukong, Vigar, and Yasuo all banned, and it's the R1 Renata Glask.
Yeah. R1 Renata. I don't have the scouting report on From Ash's Esports, right? I assume that this is a big priority pick for them, maybe. I don't think R1 Renata is particularly great. There's a few good pairings with her that our team might look to lock in. I don't really know why we wouldn't just leave Seraphine on the table and like force them to ban it. Take it away on blue on ourselves if they don't. Because I know certain individuals believe Seraphine to be like the best champion on the patch, right? And I think that you could make that case very strongly. Ezreal Karma gets locked in as kind of the response, which I think feels natural. Both these champs outrange Renata. Don't struggle that much with anything that Renata does. It's more about Renata having an effective partner. Renata Kalista has been considered a pretty strong lane, and Kalista's been seeing a little more presence lately at all levels of play. You could also look to roll out like Renata Samira maybe into a lane like this, but it seems hard to be aggressive. Hecarim locked in. Wow. Oh well, we watched.
I've seen a little bit of the pony coming back up, and there's no Wukong, no Volibear, so on your kind of second tier of junglers already, and why not a Hecarim? Sure.
Yeah, and might just be the Kalista. I do not have the bot lane knowledge to say whether Ezreal Karma or Kalista Renata wins, but I know Kalista Renata is it's a pretty lethal pairing. It's also it's kind of got Thresh Kalista syndrome where they save each other, right? Where the lane's actually very safe, as well as having like a high potential to play aggressive between the Renata W and the Kalista ult. Hecarim's interesting to me though. Viego locked in feels like a fine enough response. Viego not performing that great this patch, but he's Viego, you know.
Yeah, Viego feels like he's just permanently in that like next tier of junglers. He's never been like the premier one, but he's always there hanging around.
He's been close, but I think the champ has to be quite bad to not be at least like a lower pickable jungler. I'm more confused by the Hecarim. I personally don't find that champ to be very strong right now, especially when I guess you don't really want to play like Udyr into Ezreal Karma. I guess Hecarim's kind of the closest thing you're going to be able to get to engaging on those kinds of characters. But
I'm trying to think what else.
Yeah.
What else we've even seen that would be left up? Because like,
I don't know. Something character that's been interesting to me lately. You've been seeing him in pro levels of play. After some buffs to him and buffs to items that he likes is Gragas, who I really like as a draft pick, just because he is a viable top jungle flex. Champions that are viable top jungle flexes always tend to seem pretty decent and competitive, right?
Yeah. Anivia, Cassiopeia, Darius, Yone going to be banned, and that's just an R4 Nasus.
It's just a raw Nasus. Okay.
Or raw Doggin in the top lane.
Yeah. Anivia, Cassio, interesting. The Yasuo or the Yone ban, Yone Darius, these are just unit champs. And so the Nasus is actually. So actually, I see the line, Maris. They're gonna play Nasus support unless they find a good Nasus matchup in it. So they could play Nasus in either solo lane if they get a good matchup, or they can shift Karma solo lane, Nasus support withers the Zeri. Oh, it's
The
actually
Kalista?
so good. Or the Kalista, same
Yeah.
thing, same.
I mean,
know what
even worse because you reduce the hop.
Yeah,
Wither makes that champion useless.
Much more devastating. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm checking. Did chat name change to exclamation, or is it a second account he's playing on?
I Could not tell you.
Because he's in the call. Multi GG.
I assume.
Yeah, that's just his alt account. Why is he not playing on his? He might have
Hey, questions you don't want to ask.
might have done a funny slur or something, and I don't know. I don't want to. I'm not gonna call him out. Anyway, they lock in Ari and Aatrox. Couldn't be bothered to go toward the bottom of the alphabet, so they lock into at the top, and there's the Fiora. So, yeah, you're right on the Nasus support. I'm pretty sure.
It could be Nasus mid. I don't imagine that they'd really want that because he does kind of go AFK for the early game, which is usually not a strong trait of a mid laner. I think it's more likely we see Karma support with Nasus, or Karma mid with Nasus support, right? But I think there's a line here, depending on what they want to do. Playing
Chat's
it
alt
support.
account has all the champions, and his higher rank does not. Okay, so his higher account's fine. We don't have to worry about Chad in solo queue. Okay.
Playing, I actually like this a fair amount, just because I think they already had a decent matchup in Ezreal Karma, and then they were able to just pair Viego with an Enchanter, and I think just obliterate this Kalista champion. I have not seen this lane in practice that much, but I know that every point Nasus gets in Wither just makes the game less and less playable for the Kalista.
No, Kalista already hates slows, and then to have an attack speed slow on top of a regular slow means that champion actually just doesn't do a DPS.
Yeah.
Like,
I
actually...
mean, movement speed slows are effectively attack speed slows against Kalista.
And then attack speed slows on top of your movement speed, that's also an attack speed slow.
Yeah.
Like, that is the one ability in this game that I think, as a Kalista player myself, needs to be removed. And then they need
big
to...
Kalista guy?
Kalista is my favorite champion. I've gone on record a lot of times as saying that. I have a Kalista mouse mat. It's championship Kalista underneath my keyboard and mouse.
I didn't know this. Interesting.
I really like that champion. I can't play it very well, but I do really enjoy it. Kalista enjoyer.
Okay. Sure, yeah.
Not nearly as bad as Karasuda. On record is that one. But yeah. Anyway, disgusting ability Wither. Also, already just don't like Nasus as a champion from when I played top lane, and he'd just buy a Sheen and beat my ass, and I had no idea why.
No.
But yeah, not to detract from your point, it's going to be a very tough game for Indigo, I think, just because of the existence of Nasus and Karma. Like, those two champions already are pretty good against Kalista.
Yeah, I don't even know what you really do. I mean, you could maybe run cleanse, but that, like, I presumably that's what we do, right? Is we run cleanse, just so that you can play the game through one Wither rotation. But once it's maxing as some CDR, you know, I mean, it's another common complaint about Wither, right? Is the cooldown gets lower than the actual duration of the slow. You have to do a lot of work in your like 5-second window where you cleansed Wither. And I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the easiest thing against the likes of Viego, Karma, Ezreal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, at least those champions aren't like super tanks. You're not like... You don't need to build a billion spears in those champions. Just a handful will do. But it's going to be a rough one. I think you're going to have to rely a lot on Yuna and Kyle to make some space for you in order to actually play the video game.
Yeah, and this didn't even talk about the top lane matchup. We locked in Aatrox as our blind pick top laner. Feels alright. The response is Fiora, who this is another one of those things where I don't know the matchup, but I would imagine that it's not a bad Fiora matchup, because you just parry one of his 4 CCs that are telegraphed, and should be able to just take the fight later on. But maybe I underestimate Aatrox's damage and healing and ability to duke it out later. But it sounds like a Fiora side matchup. Although, I don't know, when you think about most Fiora matchups, they all sound Fiora sided once the game goes to a certain length.
I think that's that champion, right? And that's
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
it's played a lot in LPL because LPL Fioras, but
Yeah.
not. It's, it's always seemed weird, and I think a lot of other like professional casters have echoed. Like at the top level of play, it seems like Fiora is underrepresented for as good as her matchups are, and as hard as she can carry late game.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I have a lot. I have a lot of thoughts about Fiora. Jake, I just don't. I don't like playing against that champ. She looks useless, or she looks unbeatable. And I feel like I usually don't see a lot of in betweens.
Just one of those polar champs, which aren't usually your big pro priority picks, I guess. But when they pop off, it's a scary time indeed. So.
So I actually think that I mean, we already addressed if Callista's getting withered in these fights, it's going to be a hard time. But there are a lot of verifiable weaknesses to Nasa's support. Main one being that he does basically no damage. He is rather squishy on a support income, and he's essentially what I'm getting at is he's going to be very easy for this team to pick off. If they can pick Nasus off early in a team fight, then it's going to be very playable for them. So it's going to be a lot, I think, on Rosebud 29. It's harder, it sounds like, oh, well, he'll just walk up and wither Callista, right? But the way the positioning is going to actually work out, it's going to be a lot more of a mind game between like these two players and how their teams are playing around them than you might think. Because there might be times where he overextends and he gets the wither, but then he's just killed instantly, and RTM just waits 5 seconds to. They just kite back for 4 or 5 seconds, or he just uses his cleanse at that time, and then they are able to take the fight 5v4. But other than so, I don't know. I wouldn't count the Callista out completely just because of the Nasus. I think the bigger issue that you're going to see in the early lane here is that there's really not a lot of sustain. There's no sustain innately for Callista Renata.
Mm-hmm.
And the Nasus, I mean, he's got the Comet. The Nasus poke combined with an Ezreal chip damage is going to stack up pretty quickly. I think it's going to be hard for them to stay in lane
One other
without
stupid
any
thing.
jungle attention.
One other stupid thing about Callista into this team comp: Fiora W also slows attack speed if you get hit by it, even if it doesn't get the stun.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
don't
if you're getting
understand that
hit
one
by
either.
Fiora W, you're in a bad spot as Callista, I think.
That's honestly fair. Um,
Um,
we're
but
just.
I think that a big part, yeah, we're in the black screen. I think if
Oh, we can.
Kyle,
If you click on the time bar, it's good now.
yeah. Oh
Okay.
wait, we're good to go.
If you click on any time
Yeah,
on the bar, yeah.
I've just had it make me wait a few seconds, like, to actually be able to do that.
Yeah, it usually
Whatever.
does. That's what it did, and then it started
Okay.
to load. Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I didn't even try at that point. Okay, we're good.
No, it's fine. It's one of the, you know, um, solutions to the. I don't know what I'm trying to say. The right client sucks, and that's how you have to navigate it, apparently. Um, this is kind of interesting. So it's the like counter bottom stacks from Rosebud and Indigo as they both walk toward that middle bush, and then a
Yeah.
3 stack toward the top side for ROTM. But they didn't actually put any vision down. They just kind of walked in and forced the defensive ward out of scanning.
Oh, it's gonna be a little bit of damage onto exclamation, man. Saying Chad is so much better.
I will probably just refer to him as Chad.
Okay,
But
good.
because exclamation isn't actually spelled correctly either. Um,
Call him Clam.
clam.
Um,
I kind of like
yeah.
it. But there's a
Scanning. We're
StarCraft
done.
player just called Clem, and I really like that. I don't know why. I appreciate Clem. He's French, so he gets away with it somehow. Yeah. Sorry.
They actually they spotted out the word from Indigo in the bush level 1. or Rosebud did. I think he walked in the bush and saw it kind of go invisible. As far as level 1 wards go, I think what From Ashes, that's them. I think
Yeah.
they kind of won out on the level 1 vision, right? They're going to be able to track the Hecarim. They should probably know based on who leash and who didn't. But they'll be able to spot the Hecarim a little bit early on the Raptors here, keep track of his timing. Hopefully avoid some of those early ganks. When that character gets going, he is just as good as ever. I was talking to someone the other day, and they were saying that they actually, because Hecarim's been performing pretty poorly in solo queue.
Ignite actually coming down onto Rem. Flash forward, the heal comes
God.
out, but the coughing. COVID Maris strikes for first blood for ROTM.
Wow.
That was actually really well played by Indigo. He waited out the Wither, didn't even cleanse it, just kind of waited it out, saw his moment, flashed forward for the Pierce, and the extra auto for the Ren. That was really nicely done, and they're able to take down Rem.
Yep. Hot damn Jam just stood there and pointed his little Renata gun at them.
That's also
That's
true.
what that
Now
character
Indigo's
does,
going
right?
to cleanse. One more auto. Oh, he can't quite get in range for the Rend. Otherwise, he had that.
So close.
Anyway, that's every
invade.
summoner spell in the bottom side. Actually, Hot Damn
Scanning
James
has
still has
smite.
flash.
They might burger flip the Gromp. Oh no, he's just gonna force him off.
Do you like burger flipping the Gromp? What?
Fuck yeah.
What would you put on a Gromp burger?
I don't know, man. I don't know where to go with this one. What would I put on a Gromp burger?
Yeah. What do you think it tastes good on a Gromp burger?
I would put a Hecarim on my Gromp burger. He looks delicious.
All right.
Actually, Pops Ghost gets his little Gromp burger, gets out of there. That's a little scary. A good look from scanning. A good way to punish Hecarim in the early game. The champion typically goes for these kinds of full clears. There's no flash on Onahan. I kind of thought Yuna might look for like a Q flash ignite.
Is it Onahan? Or is it
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I assume it was Onahan.
I like
I
like
really
Onahan better. I was gonna go with one Han, but I like your interpretation. If that's wrong, again, the
think,
standing thing on the stream. If we butcher your name, please just correct us so that we can get it right. It's not like we're not doing it offensively usually. Sometimes we'll make like a pun, but like.
Speak for yourself.
Tonacle says pepper jack cheese and jalapenos on the Gromp burger. Make it a little spicy.
Yeah. I
don't
know, man.
Do you play TFT? Are you a TFT enjoyer?
Not as of late.
Okay. In this set, there's some of the dragon trainers are in there, and they summon a Gromp.
Yeah, they summon the Gromp.
And the
Gromp comp.
Yeah, the Gromp comp or fat fucking frog. I just really like that. I don't know why. I have now included a fat fucking frog reference in the cast, so we're doing pretty well. Yeah. Yuna struggling a little bit. Had to flash away from that ignite. I guess he's fine because he's still up CS, has a decent lane state.
I wouldn't say he's struggling a little bit. He's doing pretty well up in the early game in this lane, which I think is how it's supposed to go. Doesn't have TP available, so he's going to lose a little bit of CS and XP here walking back to lane, but he has an ignite advantage now, so once both top laners ding level 6, that should be a combat advantage. He was up for a tough reset timer eventually, just because. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's just gonna find scanning and start to turn on to him, but he's gonna get collapsed on by Zaltate. I had to read that for a second.
Should die here.
And he's very dead. He doesn't have flash. He's got the little dash over the wall, but it's not quite enough, and scanning's gonna take him down. So 1-to-1 in kills, and now that'll make it a little bit harder for him because Fior's got a little freeze going.
Yeah, now his lane feels over, but I don't know the matchup. Maybe it's not. Dragon gonna be picked up by RTM in exchange for their top laner's entire existence.
You gotta get something.
Yeah. It looked like Kyle might be pathing up there earlier. And they could fix his wave, but then things didn't really line up, and then he's gonna get ganked again.
Yeah, Scanning's just hanging around, and Yuna is walking right back into the trap. And
Yep. He is dead.
Scanning is here again. The stun lands actually off of the Infernal Chains. Yuna doesn't really have anywhere he can go. One more auto. Okay, they almost messed that up, but Scanning has his flash still. So um, now that's 2 deaths, and now Fiora has a CS advantage, and now it feels pretty
Oh.
scary. Kyle's even going to get spotted here. Mantra Q from Zalt Haste, just trying to... Or Zalt Hate? I still haven't read his name properly, I guess. Exclamations here, but so is Hot Damn Jam and Indigo. They're collapsing onto the Karma. One more auto, and the Ignite from Chad will finish that one off. And we're back level, but it's a very split map right now, where our team's bottom side feels pretty strong,
Oh.
and from Ashes have the very strong Fiora now, or the very strong Fiora and Viego, I guess.
Yeah, it's a good look from Scanning, right? And this is kind of the risk that he was running, was losing his blue buff. Our team probably could have taken away more there, but they're just unwilling to with the stay the bot lane wave, right? But Scanning loses blue, but in return he has made top lane about unplayable for Yuna here. Had a nice 15 CS lead, had to take a little bit of a tough reset, walks back, takes back-to-back deaths, and his wave's not good again, Scanning already on the top half.
That's a good trade.
Yeah.
If he does that again, I'll feel better about it, but...
I think Yuna, and not to downplay, because I don't know.
Well, here's Scanning again to continue to make this game unplayable. Zalt Hate and Rosebud are also on the way, so Yuna's going to pop the World Ender, head into the alcove to be an alcove gamer, but it's not really going to do a whole lot for him. And
Rosebud's here.
Yeah, that's a whole squad headed up to the top lane to punish Yuna for existing.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be the same story, right? His wave is about to get pushed in. It's a large wave getting pushed into him. So he's going to miss more farm, more XP. Now his wave is going to slowly push back in the other direction. There are still 4 people on the top half of the map. I like what Chad's doing here. They do have Smite, so it should be a free pickup.
Hot Damn and Indigo could look a little aggressive here onto Rosebud. I haven't seen what Kyle's been doing this whole time. It looks like he's grabbing the crab, but immediately Rem and Zalt go and at least make it a little bit more interesting for him while he tries to finish off the crab.
Yeah. And it's been good on the bottom side from Ashes. They've been able to make sure that they've been able to kind of understand what Kyle's going to be trying to do on the bottom half of the map when the rest of the team's making plays on the top side. And there's deep vision in the jungle, so our team still has that advantage, but for the most part, they've been able to stop him from taking away camps or building any super significant CS lead. It's pretty much just the camps that he's been farming while Scanning's been ganking, giving this little 10 CS lead in the jungle. So, well played in the early game from Ashes, I think. You've still got a kill lead for RTM in the bottom lane and the mid lane. Slight CS lead in the mid lane as well. So it's not all bad, but...
Indigo has the tech. He's got the Boots of Swiftness just to try to negate some of the slows that are headed his way, which, I mean, there's a lot of them. And there will continue to be more purchased throughout the game. But Scanning is here in bottom lane, trying to make it unplayable, but a really good turnaround. In comes Kyle Good, finishes off one. Another Ignite comes down onto Rosebud, and he's down as well. Scanning's going to have to leave, and Kyle Good is there for the counter gank at just the right time. Really good hostile takeover from Hot Damn just to slow up the engage a little bit. And now they're looking for the dive as Scanning trying to dash away on the wall, going to get kicked by Kyle Good. Exclamation looking for the stun, but it doesn't actually get needed. Now Charm's going to land onto Zalt Hate. Just a little extra damage, but they get the extra kill on Scanning, and 3 kills in the bottom lane for ROTM. They're starting to look a little better and at least making some positive plays.
Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of game that all top laners have nightmares about if you're Onahan, right? Your lane opponent is 0-3-0, and it looks like they are going to be able to win the game anyways. Not to say that Yuna hasn't been holding his own. I think that a lot of what's happened to Yuna in him being 0-3-0, right? It's not a symptom of like him playing poorly. It could have been played better. We could have minimized the loss more, but he's been kind of a lone up here in the early part of the game.
Rosebud even buying the
But
Warden's Mail for extra attack speed slow on the Callista. Just, why not?
yeah, the attack speed slow. I mean, it's pretty good this game when you have a Hecarim and an Aatrox as well. Those champions auto attack. They will get messed up by it. And the CDR really, it's 2,500 gold for a lot of CDR. He probably
Yuna looking for it, pops the World Ender, a couple of autos, the Ignite coming down, trying just to block some of his vitals in. He'll get the solo kill up in the top lane. So Yuna flips the script on Onahan.
yeah. I mean, it's I I feel like that can't happen. Right?
I really
Look
like
look
the
at
way that
again. Maybe I just don't know the matchup, but I feel like most matchups when you have Gore Drinker versus Ninja Tabbies, you should win. Maybe not. Maybe
I
I don't
definitely
know.
agree. I just really like the way Yuna's been playing the trades. Every time we watch him take the trades, it's been really intelligent. He's been stunned like exactly once by the Fiora, which he's always saving the dash to make sure that he's not getting stunned by the riposte, and he's just got that reaction time. I feel like he's playing the trades really well, and like you mentioned, the deaths. Maybe he could have been a little less aggressive headed back to his wave, but haven't been like super his fault largely.
Yeah. No, I mean you can tell he knows what he's doing up here in the matchup, despite how the lane has ended up going. Right. What I was gonna say earlier, I'm pretty sure that Onahan is a jungler by trade. I could be wrong, or maybe they play a lot of top secondary. But I believe this person is not a primary top laner, so it might just be a bit of matchup experience for Yuna. Not that.
So Onahan is their sub right now.
Yeah,
Their
he's
starting
their
top laner
sub.
isn't here. I didn't look to see if he's like a top lane sub specifically, but he is a sub on the roster. Yeah, that's a lot of damage from Yuna being traded back, and now he's got the Bramblevest Ninja Tabby that you need, the requisite to play the game against Fiora, and then his off Tortoise Caulfield's probably for his own Gore Drinker.
Oh, Yuna!
But now Yuna gonna get a little call here from Ashes. Skating picks up his third kill of the game, and all three of them have been on the Aatrox up in the top lane. I mean, all four of the deaths for RTM are poor Yuna out there, so.
Yeah, I think the top lane tower might go down here. Got Rosebud laying down vision, so should feel safe to push up and whack that one down. It's a 4-man dive being set up on Ram. Don't know if he's going to spot it.
Oh,
he actually...
He hit the little E over the wall. That's enough just to get out?
Yeah.
All right. Neat.
I mean, I think if our team really wanted, they could have looked harder for him. But when you look at like the mid lane getting shoved in, Chad probably didn't want to go on a wild goose chase, and they may just not have known where he was. But nice heads up move from Rem. Surprised they actually spotted. So, I mean,
Kyle's
went
going in on the Nasus. Rosebud getting feared back in, gets pulled back in with the handshake, and will eventually die. Kyle takes the kill, and the pick will lead to a second Rift Herald for ROTM. Not like the big value prize, but one that, I mean, if you can take it for
it's
free.
better than not getting second Rift Herald.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the Nasus right there. I mean, he used Flash, he used ult, he was picked extremely easily. Because when you think about Nasus in a normal game, he's kind of difficult to pick off because he's gonna pop ult and heal for a whole bunch and do a whole bunch of damage to the people fighting him, and kind of a raid boss character in the middle part of the game. Support Nasus is not that. It's pretty easy to catch this character out, so shouldn't be hard, I think, for Rosebud to play safe and avoid the engage, but even building this Frozen Heart first item, he's not going to be very tanky. When you get Chad in on him and you have a Hecarim burst coming out, so
he just doesn't have Q at all. I thought that was kind of interesting. I figured you'd at least like stack it on wards and stuff, but I guess it's not worth the point investment. Anyway, Onahan
I don't.
has found Yuna, and that is a recipe for disaster for Yuna. Trying to block his last vital, but it gets popped. Now he's just fighting inside this. Oh my god, that's so much damage from the hacker.
What the
Hot
heck?
damn takes him down. Rem just gonna have to arcane shift over the wall, and Yuna somehow survives getting all of the vitals procced on him from the Grand Challenge, and comes out none the worse for wear.
Yeah. Hot damn. Even he flashed for the. What's the Renata W called again?
The bailout. Bailout.
Yeah, flashes to land the bailout. Trying. Oh,
Yeah.
there he goes. Flashes for the bailout. Try to keep Yuna alive, and then Yuna just out healed Fiora's ult.
Yeah, the extra attack speed gave him the slapping power that he needed, apparently. So
We love Aatrox. We love the state of healing in the game, where they nerfed it, but then now it's like more OP than ever.
when
Nice
are we
look from
getting
scanning.
when are we getting durability patch 2 though?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's always gonna be something. I'm fine with healing champs as they are, but sometimes sometimes it's a bit silly. If you have like a Red Cane and a Yumi, and you aren't full 5 focusing them, it's those characters look a little impossible to kill. Onahan gonna get looked on.
Yep, Chad looking for him.
Nice parry.
Nice parry on the Everfrost, gets the stun. Now looking for the turn on exclamation, gonna force the Hecarim ult out. Chad has to be pretty careful here. Kyle does not have to be as careful. This is definitely some League of Legends that's happening down here in the Alcove.
Oh!
Kyle just picks up the kill. I was actually taking him solo. Scanning is looking for the return kill. Finally gets it with the Q, the Blade of the Ruined King ability, and that's going to be enough to trade it back.
Yeah, no mana on Kyle, or he might have been able to look for something on the scanning, but... Oh. Gonna pick up the crab. Now, I think Scanning's been playing a pretty good game, right? The only hitch, right, is that counter gank that Kyle got off in the bottom lane. Other than that, it's felt like Scanning's kind of been able to have his way, and generally, or at least when I say that, I mean he's been able to make really nice punish on the top side on Yuna's wave repeatedly, I guess. But
Couple big
not
items
a lot of
finished up. I love. So you have 2 full items on Indigo, on the Callista. You're nearing 2 completed items on Kyle Good. Oh, Yuna just went back and bought his Gore Drinker. I was gonna say Yuna's still sitting on components of everything. It was very funny, and yet he's like the strongest champion in the game. But
yeah.
now he finishes his Gore Drinker and belies my point just a little bit. But
yeah. Well, what was I was having a thought. I forget what it was. Rosebud. Hey. There it is.
yeah, Rosebud's falling into the traps that you kind of mentioned.
Yeah. If they see the Nasus on vision alone, I mean that right there is just a Shirelia's popped. Just ran in and killed. This is pretty dangerous. It's a good look from Yuna. They need to be careful of the fight here, because Scanning can get in here for a reset, and it could be a big throw.
Oh, Charm's
nice
gonna
charm.
land on a Rem. Does Chet actually have enough damage though? The Arcane Shift over the wall plus the heal is enough to keep him alive. There's a really scrappy fight on the other side. Onahan looking to get on one side, Scanning on the other, just kiting back out. Now Zalt Hate is here. What a mess is happening on my game. This is a gold gold fight in a Grandmaster game that's happening right now.
It looked like Scanning and Onahan kind of had a pincer maneuver going on the Baron pit, and then Chad looks for a pick onto Rem, can't quite find it, has to run away from Zalt Hate.
Oh, Yuna
maybe
gonna find
re-engage
Onahan there. Hits the blast cone back out. Onahan over the wall with the W, gets ignited. No, he didn't. Somebody got ignited. I heard an ignite.
The charm lands. Oh, no one got ignited. Oh, Fiora ignited someone.
Yeah, Fiora ignited someone, but
Don't know who, don't know where, don't know why. Oh, this could be a kill. No.
it's apparently not.
Oh, it actually hits. It hits.
Yeah,
Look how
exclamation
low
is
Chad is now.
exclamation is very low, but not dead. So I guess not that worthwhile. But that was a mess of a fight. I wanted to pick your brain on Ludens on Karma this game. Do you like that itemization choice? I mean, you
Um,
have to have some AP, right?
I I guess sure. I think there's an argument for the support build, um, especially when you look at how long some of these fights are going. I think there's an argument that your team needs more damage because that's I think what From Ashes is going to run into in some of these fights is they're playing with Viego. They have to get Viego resets to win a fight. If you don't have the upfront burst and damage to kill anybody, like this Aatrox, this Hecarim, combined with the fact you have to work through the bailout, right? You're just going to have a hard time playing team fights. Third Dragon's here for RTM.
Oh my god.
Not a necessary contest from Ashes if they don't want to.
Yeah, pulling the trigger,
A lot
looking
coming
for
out into
scanning. They
scanning.
already forced the Heartbreaker out. Charm not going to land, but scanning is in a rough spot. He should eventually fall in to go finishes him off. Now Yuna turning back around. Onahan going to get pulled in, not pulled in, but dies eventually anyway. Chad picks up that kill, and ROTM will secure their dragon, their third one of the game.
Yeah, and this is what I was going to say. I think it'd be okay for From Ashes to give this Drake. It's only the third Drake from RTM. You picked up a dragon early in the game. I don't remember if it was the first Drake or the second Drake. But you're not on Soul Point. You don't have control of the pit, and I don't find it very believable that you have a winning team fight at this stage in the game. You need more items on your Ezreal. You definitely, if you're bringing Fiora to a team fight, you need more than 1.5 items on her. Your Viego is kind of your most serviceable member right now, and I already talked about why he probably struggles a bit in a 5-on-5 right now. But they try and walk in anyways. They have to pick their angle of approach very carefully if they're going to do that. They have to try and go together. It's honestly just scary to face check this RTM team. You're going to have a Charm. You could have the hostile takeover. Or an Aatrox just sitting in a bush or over a wall. There's a lot of threats that you're trying to face check. And if you aren't careful about how you do it, you
Chad
just
and
get picked
Yuna
off.
getting collapsed on. Oh, scanning, not quite able to
Oh,
find that
scanning.
W. That was a really nice dash over the wall from Yuna. The turn from ROTM isn't quite there. Not able to find home on the Hecarim or the Renata ult. Now on the backside, the teleport came out from Onahan. He's stuck in no man's land just a little bit, but that W helping him get out. Kyle going to be the first victim of the fight. The resets may be coming through. Yuna taken pretty low, but now From Ashes finding the fight that they needed. They're able to clump up in a ball and somehow fight off the ROTM advances. I think not having the Hecarim and the Renata ult land was probably the big determining factor, but they're going to start up Baron.
Yeah, I think they can get Baron here. There's cleanse available for Indigo if Rosebud goes for a Wither, but
yeah, there's the Wither. Charm going to land onto him. Q doesn't quite do enough damage, but
Wither
Hot Damn
Chad.
just goes in and shoots Onahan to death.
Yeah.
The solo kill for Hot Damn Jam on the Renata Glass. Not exactly what I was counting on today, but
Classic Renata Glass solo kill. RTM overextends a little bit for the pick onto scanning. He uses Flash, uses Heartbreaker, is able to get away. It looks like a nice turn, and then they really got excited. I think we let the Renata and the Hecarim rip at smoke. Basically, there was not a Viego there to be picked.
Kyle really tried for this pick on his ult. Okay, yeah. With Chad here, it's a pick. The Everfrost for the Electrocute proc is enough to finish that one off. And now it's 15-7 for ROTM. You got about a 2,500 gold lead. And now with the Karma down, is this a look at Baron? Is this just some vision?
No, they shouldn't be looking at Baron here with only Karma deceased. I mean, Viego's one of the biggest threats. You kind of have to kill him. As long as that character's alive, there's always a hope and a dream for like a 4v5 team fight or an outnumbered skirmish. If he gets resets, it feels like it's winnable. Ezreal is putting out a lot of damage. He's going to be coming up on Serylda's here, and that's when he's going to really be scary. But and Yuna's on the other side of the map with no teleport. Just would be scary to look for a Baron there. They settle for the pick in a bot side tower. They do have Dragon still spawning in a minute and a half. They have the Baron alive right now. And I think RTM's going to do... I mean, this is pretty standard. They look like they might be trying to knock down the top tower. They're going to get spotted by the Ezreal ult, going for a pick here under the top turret, which would have probably secured them Baron. So they'll just settle for the top tower. this is, if they want to play for Dragon Soul, this is about when they would look to reset and go for it.
I'm very curious. Yuna's playing in such a way that it makes it seem like Onahan would have the advantage in this 1v1 now. Just the way that he's giving up ground, because Yuna doesn't usually do that.
Yeah. I mean, Gordrinker does stance Fiora. He's starting to hit the spike where I would expect Fiora to win the matchup on her own.
Do you like the Swifties this game on Fiora? I know that's really nitpicky. I'm just kind of curious.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
I feel like you would prefer to have the armor boots for your side lane or Merc treads for your team fight. I can't imagine the Swifty boots are going to be putting in the most work for us, but maybe there's some breakpoint I'm not aware of.
Yep. Looking for the pick down here. Onahan trying to get out. The Everfrost slows him down. Ignite ticking into the backline goes Kyle Good. Big Hecarim ultimate. Now they're even going to throw in Renata. Just a little defensive ult, though. They're going to trade 1-for-1. Both junglers down. In comes the hostile takeover is going to separate from Ashes. That'll pick off Rosebud. It's double kill for Indigo.
Indigo goes crazy here.
Yeah, now he's jumping forward, looking for Zalt Hate. Onahan walks in, gets a big Gore Drinker proc. A little attack speed slow just for the trouble, but it's a triple kill now for Indigo. Rem flashes forward. Do they have the rest not to follow up? It's just going to be the triple kill. And the Dragon should secure for Indigo. He's the highest single damage source on the map. Has to be careful about some of these Mantra Qs, though. Those are starting to stack up pretty hard. Now Yuna over the wall looking. Rem dashes in, gets knocked up by the third Q. One more auto. Good stopwatch from Chad, but it just buys a little bit of time. Shutdown goes to Karma. Rem eventually falls to Hot Damn. Indigo trying to get reset, but he's going to die to Zalt Hate. And now you can't really go for the Dragon. Yuna going to throw him into the Infernal Chains, get the pullback, and the auto attack. Well, it's not a delayed ace because Scanning and Rosebud are already back alive and on their way back. So is Kyle Good. We might just have Dragon Fight round 2 right away.
This is TP on Onahan. He's TPing in from behind. This is a really good flank from him. Our team doesn't see it coming.
Yeah, Yuna just trying to get some space. Kyle Good goes in onto the Nasus first, but Onahan is here. Already has taken down Hot Damn, and now looking for a little bit more, just kiting in. Yuna's healed back up pretty nicely, but they're just trying to play a little defense right now and get out of here. Kyle gets stunned, has to use the ult defensively, and it's just not enough to get enough distance. Scanning gets that kill, now dashes over with a Heartbreaker, gets a nice little stun onto Yuna. Do they have enough to actually take down the Aatrox? Rosebud has to ult. They'll pull him in, the Infernal Chain's enough to scare him off. Yuna has to flash away, and Chad has gone to the top lane, so ROTM looks like they're going to give up this Dragon.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of damage coming out from this Karma, actually. That's kind of crazy to me. He's on 3 items now, Void Staff into Morello. I mean, I think that feels pretty good. And yeah, they're able to poke off their 2v4, and they're able to poke the 4 half or lower RTM members off the Dragon, prevent it from being soul taken over. So nice play from Rem and Zalt Hate. But now RTM should be looking towards the Baron. Yuna has to be careful here.
Yeah, Onahan starting to take over this matchup a little bit. Has the Tiamat going in with the teleport. Chad looking for the turn. Maybe they have Kyle in the area as well. Gonna dash on in. He's just looking for the trade kill on Yuna, but the charm lands from Chad, and Kyle will finish him off.
A little scary. I mean, that's just a sneak peek of what's to come from this Fiora in the side lane, right? He's about to have the Ravenous Hydro, which is another nice spike for him. So should be good. Getting the TP out of Chad, I think feels pretty good. Support lag.
Support lagging.
Because now they want to turn towards the Baron. They want to try and set up this top side and play for the Baron. Because I am fairly certain that you are going to get outscaled by the side of From Ashes. Between the not to say that RTM scales poorly. Ari scales fine. Aatrox is fine. Hecarim is fine. But they don't scale as well as I think the likes of Fiora, Karma, Viego, Ezreal. So I don't know. I think if our team doesn't find a way to push their advantage here before this next Dragon spawns, or I shouldn't even say it's a 2k gold advantage, right? It's not a massive one, but find a pick, find a play, pick up maybe one of these bounties that are floating around on scanning result hate, look for one of these tier 2 side lane towers. You have to pick up something a little bit more to help them get over the finish line this game. And the side of From Ashes, I think they're just happy to be here. Every time they can deny this Dragon Soul, they're going to feel better and better as this game goes on. So,
Yeah. Oh, that was a very sudden resume. I didn't see a tick down. I didn't see a ready. But we're back apparently. There's the post pause. So,
oh yeah, if I don't know, you probably knew this. If you type /resume twice, it just starts again. It just starts immediately, like skips the countdown.
Oh, I didn't
So
know that.
if two people type /resume at the same time, it'll just skip the countdown. Or if you type resume and you're an impatient fella, you can just type it again and it'll skip the rest of the countdown.
Yep, there's
So-
one thing I hate. It's a 3-second or 5-second countdown into game. Long time. Our
There-
team's just gonna straight go onto the Baron.
Hey,
Chad bought a Medjay,
Ball up.
by the way, and he's only got 5 stacks, so that's not great. But
he's
Spot
getting his
over the
paper
wall.
up here.
Q over the wall from
Andrew missed-
Karma
this is probably
not gonna-
RTMs.
There's the True Shot Barrage, and the Rend is more than enough to secure that one. Scanning is in the back of the pit. Big Renata ult over the back of the pit. In goes Kyle looking for Rosebud, but they're not quite able to find the kill. Our team is regrouped on the other side of the pit, but they have to be careful about Onahan on the side. Kyle gets knocked down, and our team really has to be careful about how they get out of here. They need to get out with something. Indigo gets tagged by an Ezreal Q just for that little slow. Scanning now has the speed boost around the wall. Yuna, that's a really nicely placed W to be able to pull him back in with the Infernal Change. The Charmblade's out of the Ezreal, though, and Rem is going to go down 1-for-1 on that trade. And the big knockup from the Callista ult. They'll just wipe everyone. Onahan gets taken down. It's a double kill for Indigo, and ROTM finds the fight off of the back of the Fate's Call.
Wow. It looked like they... it looked like our team was about to have a disgusting fight over the back of the pit, but I think they didn't have the vision to know just how big the Renato ult was. They look on to Zalhate. Maybe
Yeah,
find
they're
him.
still looking
They
for
want
the
him.
ace on Zalhate. I don't know that they can find it. One
Yeah,
more
they-
W, one auto. Oh, the charm for the kill. That's the hard way to do it, but it's an ace nonetheless. And the last little dash from Chad to get back over the wall. And ROTM now have their choice of objectives. They're going to grab a mid lane tower and a bot lane tower, perhaps, or just these jungle camps.
It's
for
a
now.
bit curious to me that we aren't picking up mid lane tower there, but all good. As they
Ezreal.
say.
Oh! Oof! All right.
Oh!
Luckily that hit you.
Oh.
I
Maybe
saw
it's
Ari
the-
and was like Yuna. Luckily that hit Chad first, so it didn't kill Hot
The
Damn.
damage reduction, yeah.
The fall off.
Does that exist anymore, by the way? Did
Now
they
you're
remove that?
you're gonna doubt me. The arc deals 50% damage to.
Because
They
I'm looking
did
at the
remove
expand
it.
tooltip.
Yeah.
Did they remove that?
Yeah, there's no damage fall
Any
off.
chatters know if Ezreal ult has damage fall off? I don't want to look it up. I'm pretty sure they removed it actually.
I
but
have the
it-
whole tooltip up on the screen. Like this is the full
Yeah.
thing. It doesn't mention a damage
Yeah,
fall off.
I was doing the expanded one too. In my brain, it's still there, but
Yeah.
I don't think it really is. So
Does
Yeah.
Does Manamune or Cyrilda's have a damage fall off? It probably not, but
no,
okay.
it just didn't do enough damage to kill him.
Okay. Well,
5 head.
I wanted to give credit to Chad for standing in front of it, but I guess no, that's just a bad call. Don't do that ever.
Yeah. Don't give credit to Chad, please. Teleport in. RTM has Baron. They, I think, are here a little early, but they're gonna try and find the pick onto scanning.
They get the
Oh, he gets over
dashes
the wall.
over the wall with the E. All right. Scanning is low. He's
He's
fine.
dead.
One
Death
more.
Dance.
Yeah, the Death's Dance actually killed him at the
Burning
end.
up. Yeah, another. Hecarim players all usually know this mechanic, but he can.
Yeah,
if
I know he can
get
E
in
dash.
range for
That
his
was just
E
a-
auto attack. Yeah, he can get over the wall.
That was a really
A little
long
goofy.
distance. Is more of my surprise. Not that he could go over the wall, but the fact that he did in that
I-
particular situation.
I don't really know
this is a little
why
silly.
what we're doing here. We're kind of this. There's no way this should be happening.
Yuna's gonna walk in and try to defend, but he can't
Yunish.
really here. Okay, now he can with the hostile takeover. Just lands onto the Nasus. They'll pull him back in. There's a third Q from Yuna. Eventually, you would think this dog dies, which spoiler for the end of I Am Legend. There we go.
Nice. Nice one.
I had to think really quickly. I started that sentence and I was like, oh god, what's a movie where the dog dies at the end? There's a bunch of them, but
all of them. All the movies with the dog.
yeah, it's very sad, the dog
Yeah.
fatality rate in movies. They really need to fix that.
I'll just say it. I'm critical of this Baron usage from RTM. I like that we got the pick onto scanning and secure the Mountain Soul. There's no way that we should be losing mid inhib there. I frankly don't understand why we didn't secure mid lane tower or bot lane tier 2. And maybe it just didn't work with the. Maybe when you're in the situation, it doesn't feel like it works with your timings, but it definitely feels like it could have been done. They got in the. They were looking for that pick 45 seconds before Dragon Spawn, which I get is why you do it. I mean, that's why it's a pick and not just going and team fighting them. But having someone applying Baron to a wave to keep mid pushed out further, I think would have meant that they still get the soul because they have Baron prio, and then you just aren't losing your mid inhib, which is going to stall out the game a lot. And that's really, for losing soul, it's about as nice a position you can be in from Ashes. It's going to give them a fair bit of time. It's going to be difficult for our team to really push and have prio on the map as long as this is down. But at the end of the day, after a really nice turn, after what looked like maybe a scuffed Baron fight, it's going to be 7k gold lead for OTM. Mountain Soul picked up. Baron spawning in 20 seconds. No teleports available on the map. So it's actually going to be Chad down here looking with Yuna for the pick.
Yeah, they'll pull in Onahan with the Infernal Chains, exclamation, dashes on through, finds the charm, and they'll finish him off. Nice little pick for ROTM, and the Baron spawns in 4 seconds, but our team not interested in that. We're going to head to the bottom lane.
Yeah, I don't
disagree with this, but yeah.
No. I don't disagree with this. Yeah, well, okay, maybe we're just going to get bot inhib tower.
Yeah, we're really buying in for this,
so
and bot lane tower is going to go down. Still hanging around half health. The ult away from scanning means that he's not as big a threat now in this fight. Kyle is just getting chunked, though. Rem is landing a lot of Qs. Yuna now pretty low as well. They need to stand in front of him. The Ezreal ult could just tickle through, but luckily there's a little bit of time left on that.
Ezreal ult's back up now.
Now he's got it down, and it's sent down the line. Not going to find anybody, but our team going to have to peel back and grab these minions in mid, and that's going to open up an opportunity for
Baron angle.
Yeah.
There's not a lot our team. It doesn't look like they're really even aware that this could be happening. There's not really a lot they can do about it, though, even if they are at this point, other than go pick a 4v5. Someone has to get the base.
Yeah, Yuna's going to go grab the base. Right now, the bot lane is hanging around in mid lane for ROTM. From Ashes, chunk this down, 6,000 health. Teleport to the mid lane from Chad, but the big beef boys are just now coming from base. That's not going to matter, and the Baron goes over to From Ashes.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's past couple minutes for RTM feel like things that aren't awful but aren't ideal. It feels like From Ashes is getting too much leeway in a game that should be pretty over. By the way, Chad is full build with 25 stacks Medjai's. I don't know. Really mention that.
He's full build, so is Indigo. They're not getting any stronger on those champions. Rem's headed there. He's a half items shy, so is Onahan on the other side. So we're starting to get to very late game states now. And as you mentioned, the scaling could be a little bit of an issue for ROTM. Not like a gigantic one, but champions just don't scale.
Saw how much damage Rem is able to put down. The Prowler's Claw finished up. Pretty popular right now on Ezreal to with this mirror mana Essence Reaver Cyrilda's build to then pick up a lethality mythic item. Eclipse if you need the percent shred. Dustblade if you are just snowballing and the stealth and damage is OP, or Prowler's Claw if you're into if you're trying to poke out the squishier targets, because that flat lethality really adds up on the mythic passive for Prowler's Claw.
Yeah.
And mid
Yuna,
priorities can go the way of From Ashes. They do have the Baron.
yeah, 35 seconds to go on this dragon. And Elder Dragon, not exactly something you want to give over for free. And it'd be a 2-stack even for From Ashes, so you don't want to... You can't not fight for this one if you're ROTM. Like, this
Yeah.
is...
Well,
this is not one you give up.
You can't, and I mean this is what I'm talking about with the Baron priority the ROTM had. We're there 40 seconds out. When From Ashes is 40 seconds out, they push the lanes and
Ooh,
they
the
sort of
charm?
control.
Okay.
Nah, it shouldn't be anything. They're gonna look onto Rem.
Yeah, Kyle just dashes in, kicks Rem in the face for a little bit.
Oh,
Chad
close.
over the wall, not quite able to find the charm. Yuna now looking right in the front of the fight. This is a little bit matched up from ROTM. They've chunked Rosebud down. He's able to flash away. Nobody's died from ROTM, but Yuna's very low. The Callisto ult not quite able to connect onto Onahan, and it's 4 full health bars and Yuna not looking so healthy for ROTM. But you got Rosebud and Zalt Hate both pretty low on the other side. They've started up the Elder Dragon. Kyle on the outside, doesn't have ult, doesn't have E right now, just trying to get in. 3,000 health to go. Onahan playing linebacker right now. Now Scanning jumps in. It's smited away by Scanning, but where are these executions coming from? Indigo trying to kite back away. Scanning now jumps in. They're going to be able to finish off a couple. Hot damn. Taken out. It's just the Callista and the Aatrox, but they've done work on the other side. Zalt Hate hits the Mantra Q, but it's not quite enough to finish him off. Yuna just dashes on. He's going to have to be sacrificed, it looks like. Has the dash over the wall, but Onahan can follow. And the Aatrox eventually dies, I imagine, at the end of this one. Onahan just needs to tag in with a Q and a couple of auto attacks. He's got the heal up from the Gore Drinker. There's going to be the shutdown. And it's all kind of gone wrong for ROTM off of the back of that smite from Scanning. It's still an even fight, though, 4 for 3. But, again, drags the game out even longer.
Yeah. I mean, the game is only going to go later from here. It's a nice job from RTM not getting full team wiped. Indigo's able to survive, push out the mid wave, so the Elder push and threat is going to be delayed a fair amount. Able to trade some kills back. It's only going to be Scanning and Onahan keeping that buff. But it's pretty scary now, and I think that if they can, they kind of have to wait out this Elder, right, to fight anyone named Scanning or Onahan, I guess. You can still look for fights with Rem, Zalt Hate, or Rosebud fairly decently, but once that's gone, you have to be able to make a move. And you have Baron spawning in a minute and a half. If we're not able to find anything in the narrow window of time we're going to have, it could just be From Ashes ping-ponging objectives until they're able to get a clean fight win.
Kyle looks like he has Elder buff, but it's just a ghosting, I guess. That's kind of weird. Scanning is going to find him in the bush with Rosebud, and this really shouldn't be anything. Fiora's going to be able to pick up the bottom lane tower, which is something as From Ashes continue to siege away at ROTM. Again, 1 minute to go on Baron, but this is getting a little dicey if you're ROTM. Onahan goes in just looking for the 1v2. Yuna taken pretty low already. Onahan able to just dash back out with that Q.
I think if Onahan was able to get any more vitals there, that's just a dead Aatrox to the Elder.
Yeah,
But,
he's got to go back to
this
base and heal with Kyle. This might be the fight for our TM. They've got to try to save their base at some point. They lose an inhibitor turret. Inhibitor going to get chunked pretty low. Chad takes a lot of it, and they're just going to let inhibitor go. Can't really find an angle for a fight, and now From Ashes can go ahead and back. There's 26 seconds to go on a Baron spawn. Our TM's going to be the first ones there, it looks like, as From Ashes takes the full reset, but they're going to have supers in mid and bottom, so there's no... They don't have to fight. They can just stall. If they can stall ROTM for a while, their base is going to be in complete shambles. And Chad is on the bottom side just trying to keep the minions at bay right now, but Baron is spawned. And I'm just going to continue talking over Lexus. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I mean, I was saying it's a full build Fiora. It's fucking...
It's a little
No,
disgusting.
you
In
go.
comes the teleport from
Yeah.
Chad. They're going to stall out with the hostile takeover, and
Scanning?
they've secured the Baron. Scanning stuck in the back of the pit. Onahan, Charm not going to land. They're dashing on, and ROTM just going to be satisfied with picking their pocket with that Baron. They've got to try to save some of their towers. Handshake over the wall lands. A tower falls somewhere on the map. It's going to be... Oh, never mind. It's the
It's
one
that
right
one
in the
right
vision.
there.
Yeah. Wow, how topical. But now the siege can continue again from Ashes. There's still there's the Baron buffs worn by 5 members of RTM. Nobody fell during that, so you can maybe sit here and stall out these waves with your Baron minions. I'm not really sure what the play is for RTM, but they've got to find something that gets them an advantage here because these last couple of fights have not gone their way.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
they need basically to someone from Ashes to step up, step out of position, get caught in a rotation. Because I don't know if the Miracle 5v5 exists anymore. I mean,
Indigo going to
but
pull
they're
in. They
looking
get
for
the
it.
Fate's Call. They're looking for Nasus to start out with. The hostile takeover. Oh, there it is. Tries to turn that one around. Scanning gets taken pretty low. Onahan able to dash back out. Scanning burning, but he still has the Guardian Angel. Rosebud is low, gets pulled back in by the handshake. They'll take down the Nasus to start out with. Chad has to go stasis, but he's alive for now. Unit full health. Over the wall, hits the second Q onto Scanning, but not able to follow up with the Infernal Chains. The base is under siege by some of these super minions, though, from Ashes. And RTM just going to find a little bit of space for their pick.
Yeah. And I mean, it's crazy that I was in the middle of saying I don't think they can get a good 5v5. Oh my god, that is a greedy recall. Wow. But they very nearly did. I mean, that was almost 3 people dead, I think. Onan dropped pretty low. Scanning almost went to the GA. Should be a Gargoyle Stoneplate picked up here for Scanning. He may never die again. That's a tanky Viego.
Yep.
Tell you what.
Guardian Angel picked up for Indigo as well. I didn't see if he cycled that or if he's had it for a while. I'll be honest.
He's been sitting on it for a while.
Um,
Hasn't been able to use it. There's a Elder Drake spawning in 20 seconds. I am afraid.
yeah, this is.
Oh, almost.
This should be the fight that determines the game. Should be is of course the caveat. 2 seconds and 1 now. Elder Dragon available. And RTM going to be the first ones on it. Exclamation looking for the charm. Not quite able to find it. The True Shot Barrage coming across, just getting some chunks. Kyle goes in with the Hecarim ult. They take Saltate really low, but not quite able to finish him out. The kiting around, but Kyle Good is the first one to fall. Yuna just getting danced around by Onahan. The Fiora doing so much work in these fights. The charm not quite going to land. Yuna just chunked low and eventually taken down by the Fiora. And from Ashes have found a huge teamfight win. And now the Elder Dragon is started up. The only thing that could really save this, I think, for RTM is a steal. And there's not really those characters available.
They're trying to make sure they don't lose right here.
Yeah, they're trying to get back and defend their base. Rem over the wall interrupts a recall. That E was able to stop Indigo's recall, and now he's looking for a couple of more autos. Onahan is just on the base. He's taking down the Nexus turrets. He's taking down the Nexus, and there's no one back to stop him. So, from Ashes, from Ashes, appropriately named, come back in game number 1 and take an upset win. An upset in terms of game states, not necessarily. I should have workshopped this before I said it. All right.
Yeah.
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 We'll be back with game number 2. We'll try to do better.
Yeah. Wow.
I'll let you talk if you want. You're much.
No, you're good.
No.
It was just RTM. I think they had the reins, and I think that there were some questionable calls right around that Baron they got. I think giving up the inhib was a big mistake. I think that we didn't play quite correctly around the Baron right there, and it was a big swing, allowing From Ashes to kind of stall out, and it felt like they were always on the front foot going forward from that point, right? Stuff we can fix up maybe going into game number 2. Gosh.
Yeah, that's accurate.
That one hurts.
That one you feel right in your bones.
Yeah, I mean, Jared probably will have a few words.
I don't like that everyone just kind of left.
Hey, standard 2004 Lexus GX470 cast.
Yeah, you're getting subbed in now. To cast and play at the same time.
Oh, not again. No, I told Lane this the other day. Because he heard that I was playing for this UML team. He was like, "Hey," and I said, "Look, Lane, if I know I'm going to be busy, and then someone asks me if I want to try out for a team, I'll say no. If someone comes to me and says, "Oh, we need a new jungler. We had to replace ours," then it's like, not only am I like a victim for like the sad puppy team, but I it's also like an ego thing for me where it's like, yeah, I'll replace that chump, you know.
Yeah. Does said puppy team work out like a high percentage of the time for you, or does it usually just kind of?
uh, I mean, not necessarily, but I'm just saying, you know, I because the year I was playing for this UML team after I said I was like, I don't have time to play for Masters, which I don't. I do not. Or I did not. Maybe I don't know. I shouldn't have. Um, and and he was like, "Hey, why are you playing for this team now?" And I was like, "Look, I'm a sucker for teams that need me. I don't know. I come in, replace the other guy, look like a beast. Because whoever the other guy was got kicked from the team, so of course, you know, I'm looking like a beast. I don't know. That was really my point. So I told Lane, I was like, next, if you want me to try out for a team next split, just like lie to me. Just tell me like,
Tell you we have no other options. We need you to fill in jungle.
we need a jungler. Okay, if I have to. Because if you give me the choice, I'm like, yeah, I'm busy.
Who is? Someone named Lil Milky Dog, just at Middlesticks GG on Twitter. Who's your roster? Could you be slightly less specific? I don't.
Who's your roster? Just drop
Drop all.
yourself and Lane. Drop the admin roster. Plug yourself as the Rodham account manager.
All 9 of our teams in one post or whatever. I don't think we have that many. It feels like it anyway.
Time to make team graphics so we can drop them to this random person's response. Ugh.
And it doesn't, like, there's nothing League of Legends about their account either. Like, it's just somebody. I mean, they seem nice based on their tweets here, but I have no idea what team they're on or what league they're playing in. Are they following any teams on Twitter? No, not really. Yeah, no idea. That's a weird one. I haven't had that one happen to me before, so.
They're a unified spy. Trying to get the inside information.
The unified spy. Oh, yeah,
like,
they got ratio today, so.
Trying to get the classified info, like our rosters that we play. I don't know, maybe that's it. Maybe someone.
Because, like, you would think they would just look in whichever league chat they're in.
Maybe they saw the tweet and they were like, "This org looks funny, cool." Maybe they. I don't know. Like maybe they think that we are running like a PG roster or something. So they're looking to see if we got any big. I don't know. It could be anything. It could just be a lost Twitter user. It could.
Well, we're into draft for game number 2. RTM lost a heartbreaker in game number 1, and now they're going to have to pick themselves up off the mat and try to figure out how to solve the puzzle that was from Ash's Esports from game number 1. So far, not really changing things up. It's a Seraphine ban and a Yasuo ban. Do you feel like there's any pick? Well, so also worth noting from Ash's, their starting top laner, Akira who? How? I don't know how to pronounce that.
We'll go with Akira.
Akira. Akira is back.
Yeah. Yeah. He's back. Salute Donahan. I think obviously got, a little bit of help. Still got
this guy's got a Leaguepedia page.
But this guy, Onahan did a nice job subbing in.
That's really
got
creepy.
The full squad.
I've learned way more info about Akira than I ever cared to know. All of a sudden, he's apparently the top laner for Bay State College, and he's from Italy. And it has like his full name.
Yeah.
I know his full name and what college he goes to. Like I could actually find this man if I wanted to.
Yeah, you can find a there's Leaguepedia pages for more amateur players than you'd think. Cooper has one. Cooper Kooplu 14 Harder is a League of Legends esports player, previously substitute mid laner for Glaive Esports Prime.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Do we have the? I bet just searching for 2004 Lexus GX probably doesn't.
Yeah, I
work
do
out
not
very
have
well.
one.
You don't.
I
You don't
I
have
have
one?
not I've not ever been a part of a PG roster, even as a sub, so I do not have one. The draft is also happening, and we are going through the same motions so far. If you're RTM, but from Ashen's going to change it up. The Curse of the Sad Bullet time, maybe.
That would be kind of interesting just to slap down there, but
Yeah.
we're gonna do it anyway.
Heck it, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Amumu. So Amumu was S tier support when Riot gave him 2 charges on his Q. Then they gutted his Q mana cost, as well as I think a few other little nerfs. And then they just straight reverted his Q mana cost change last patch. So stands to reason he'd be a very good support champion once again. Xin Zhao, actually. Kind of a traditional pick into Misfortune. Funny that both Xin Zhao and MF were kind of strong at the same time, so this is kind of what you'd see. Is Xin Zhao is like your jungle response to Misfortune because he presses ult, and then Misfortune isn't supposed to hit him.
I was gonna say we're giving Lane unfortunate flashbacks in the chat right now. This is a little scary. We'll see if the Aegis admins deal with it the same way as the Legends Esports admins would.
Hopefully they don't have to.
Hopefully they don't have
Should just work.
to.
Small indie company.
Yeah. Jinx is a pick in this
Jinx.
game.
Powder. Yeah. Jinx received a couple nerfs after being S tier forever. Fell off a little bit, but still the same hyper carry. I think he's gonna feel like a decent pairing with Renata. Gives you some nice range to play away from this Amumu in team fights. If you locked in something like the Callista again, you're really going to struggle playing against Amumu. I think Jinx is going to feel a lot better. And Nivea on 3 going to be locked in from Ashen. This did get banned away in the first rotation in the first game. So I guess they're deciding we'll secure this, kick jungle pick down to 4. And Xin Zhao locked in for OTM. That champion has kind of been out of the meta. For a little while. He's still Xin Zhao.
Right.
He received a few Band-Aid nerfs over and over, and then finally one too many, bit the dust. Banning the Trundle away seems smart here, I think, for RTM.
So he's been out of the meta, but we had a gold game this week. This absolute Chad of a man went PTA Kraken Slayer Xin Zhao 2 games in a row.
Okay.
So
Did he win both games?
He only won one of them, unfortunately.
Well, there you go.
It wasn't his fault. He got very fed both games, but
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
The
So
champion's still strong, I think.
Kraken Slayer
objectively-
PTA Death Stance. I think that's the combo that we're looking for here from Kyle.
Sure. Yeah. I'll let him know
All right.
before the game starts.
Message him real quick.
Yeah.
Darius
the-
Yone, not gonna be played by Yuna, sadly.
Yeah, and I think RTM just wants to take away traditional Xin Zhao counters. It'd be really weird to me here to just give up Viego again into the Xin. But, they've already banned Volibear, they've already banned Trundle. It should be probably Viego. I think if you're FAE, you could look for... They're actually going to take away the Aatrox. I guess this is something more in Akira's pool. Viego available. We could see something more interesting on the side of scanning. I mean, maybe he's a Belveth enjoyer or something. Be an okay game to pick like a Diana. A Jarvan will be locked in. That checks out. That makes plenty of sense. Jarvan into the Jinx Renata. It's really a mobile bot lane. It compounds with the Mumu Misfortune they already have, right?
That's a decent matchup though for Xin Zhao, right?
It's fine. It's Jarvan has a lot of matchups that are like, oh, well, he gets out farmed, or oh, he might lose the 1v1 fight, but like he's Jarvan. There's not that many jungle champions that actually stop Jarvan from being Jarvan, if that makes sense. There's very few matchups that are that bad that Jarvan can't play around it.
So the two traditional solutions to
At least as far as like meta junglers go.
Anvia, you either outrange her or you play an assassin, and we're gonna outrange her. We got the Xerath and
Yeah.
Yuna. I don't really want to see Yuna Ornn, but maybe
Hey,
that's the timeline we're in.
I'm about it.
You're about it?
I'm about it. Oh yeah. We made blind play Ornn, we'll make Yuna play Ornn. I do not care what these people's champion pools are. It's an Ornn angle. No, Xerath, I think, decent lane matchup to Anivia. I think this character is going to struggle in the 5v5s. I think that RTM, I mean, and obviously it's just the way the team comps are being drafted, right? RTM, there's a big burden of execution, I think, for the way that they're trying to play these fights. Is from Ashen, just drool on the R button on top of Jinx, Xerath, Renata. You should be able to get a win. Gwen picked up on R5, pretty classic since her release, kind of matchup she really likes. Something like the Ornn feels pretty good into the general long range on the side of RTM. So
yeah,
all
and she has Xin Zhao's ult on a basic ability, so that's kind of whack. But
yeah, I love that champ. Yeah. I think that there's pros and cons for both sides. I think that From Ashen is going to have a lot easier time in these team fights. I think if RTM is able to turn it on the way that they play the 5v5, then they should be able to could be able to eke out some wins, I should say, because they do have the Ornn ult. I think is a pretty powerful tool against the likes of Misfortune and Anivia. These kind of immobile backline threats. It's really going to give RTM access. Later in the game, you could see something like Ornn ult with Jinx and Xerath ult coming over the top, and it can just totally execute an Anivia or a Misfortune without ever being on their screen. So there's a lot of angles that you can go for if you're RTM. They have a big scaling component. I'd say both teams do, right? Between the Jinx, Xerath, Ornn, the Misfortune, Anivia, Gwen, all these carries scale well. Not that Ornn's a carry necessarily, but all these champions scale really well. So
he's a carry. I've heard the casters talk about him, and
yeah. Well, into Gwen,
that's one of the words that they use is carry in there. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know if Ornn is the anti-Gwen carry.
Yeah.
Maybe I just don't know the match. But
well, we'll have to see. RTM down 1-0. Coming off of a hard loss last week to Goofy Goobers, and it felt like they had something going in game number 1. They had a couple big leads and just weren't able to finish it off. And you have to wonder how the confidence level is for RTM. It'd be very good for them to pick up a win here.
Yeah, I mean, not to naysay, but I think the confidence level is not high. Am I being totally honest? I think this is the kind of win, like this game right here could mean for the mental game more than just this series. If you come out and we don't know how scrims have been going, and you've taken a week off, and then you pick up where you left off, getting 2-0'd by, I mean, this team's 4-0, right? This, am I wrong there?
Yeah.
From Ashes. Yeah. So this is not, if you were to lose this series, it's not the kind of one that should feel painful, but still, it feels like it could affect the trajectory of your season when you have a nice start, a 3-0 start, and then you swing it around into a getting 2-0 twice, So really hoping they're able to find good looks in this game, right?
Yeah, and theoretically after this, our team have a little bit softer of an end to their schedule. They've played most of the top teams after this one. So you've got Tactical Gaming Vipers and the U.S. Army, which both sound very scary just by their names, but are 1-3 and 0-5. So
the terrifying might of the U.S. Army.
yeah. I've always wanted to cast one of their games and just drop in a, what's your favorite U.S. war crime and talk of it. Like,
yeah. I mean,
as you do.
It's U.S. Army. I mean, you gotta have fun with it, I think.
But at the same time, nothing but respect for the boys. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I need like B-Pots or Eunice Canadian, right?
Yeah,
You need
you know what I learned?
Somehow. Yeah.
Oh, I actually didn't know this, but I'm pretty sure like 3/5 of that last round Masters team was Canadian.
Oh. Yeah. Real? Okay.
Yeah, for real. Hey, I'll let you interpret that however you want. Okay.
I'm trying to remember who's on that team. I'm
I've
got you
maybe
and
I'm wrong.
Tendies.
I know. No. It was blind.
I was blind. Okay.
We had Akata.
Oh yeah, Akata's Canadian.
Pretty sure
yeah.
Yeah. And Yuna, and I want to say blind. I don't think Matt, or I don't think Socratic, Barco Duck.
No, Barco Duck isn't. Barco Duck's definitely American.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about blind. I
still think about. There's a time where I joined call, and Matt asked me. He said, "You live in like Florida, right?" And I said, "No, I don't." And he was like, "No, I'm pretty sure you said you did." And I was like, "Nope, don't live in Florida." I wouldn't have said that. And we just had a small argument about whether or not I lived in Florida, where predictably I continued to insist that I do not, which I don't.
What Discord server was it the other day you were getting called out for living in Oklahoma?
Was I?
Was it not you? Somebody was getting called out for living in Oklahoma. I just interpreted it as Lexus for some reason.
Well, if someone was getting called out for living in Oklahoma, I feel called out by association since I do live in Oklahoma and not Florida.
We do have a lot of Oklahoma remnants in the chat, so
Yeah.
I can't say anything bad about Oklahoma. I also don't have a whole lot of good things to say about Oklahoma, but
Hey, I mean, you live in Kansas. I live in Oklahoma.
I don't live in Kansas. I live in Missouri. I live in good Kansas City, not bad Kansas City.
I live in Missouri. It's Kansas City, okay?
It's Kansas City, but like it's good Kansas City. So it's on the Missouri.
I know how it works.
It's very slightly better, but also slightly worse somehow. I'm from Colorado, so really just take me back anyway.
I think Kansas and Oklahoma livers should have a mutual understanding that you just shouldn't get into it because neither side is going to come out on top. There's no winners in that debate.
It just feels like you have a mutual hatred for Texas, and that's about as far as it goes.
I challenge you to have a greater hatred for Texas than I do. But
I'm
don't know.
not going to take that challenge.
I think an Oklahoma tradition as of late is to fully loathe the state of Texas and then move there for work when you're like 25 years old. Like, just because I hate them because they're beautiful or something. I don't know.
You hate them because all of the jobs are there and not in.
Because all the jobs pay more money there. Oh,
we're in and immediately a pause. I
could see that pause coming from about the time where a few seconds ago when Scanning typed pause in all chat. Made me think they might pause. This is a this is Ignite TP Ornn.
That is definitely Ignite TP Ornn. And it's not Ignite TP Ornn with like a summoner spellbook, so
Oh
that's a little
gosh.
wild. Yuna putting his own spin on the Ornn. You know, you can take the boy
Yuna.
off of a carry, but you can't make him drink, or maybe you can. I don't really know.
Oh gosh.
I make these generalizations like I know these guys, and I have
Yeah.
literally never talked to any of the Masters players like on any of our teams other than you. So,
Yeah. I mean,
did Jarvan get a high noon skin?
no.
Is that what that is?
It's the World Championship skin, I think, with the chroma.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a black chroma,
That's
like
wild.
the World Championship 2021.
He's got
Maybe not.
Why does he have lethal tempo?
No, that's a thing.
Is it a thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more of like an early game focused Jarvan rune, I think. Conqueror scales better in the team fights where you're getting to auto attack less. But in these early skirmishes, lethal tempo Jarvan's a lot stronger. He already has an innate attack speed buff, right?
Hmm.
On his flag passive plus the flag dropping. So you can buy that with lethal tempo. You got a lot of little smacks off in your skirmishes. But later in the team fights, Gore Drinker's doing more for you. Or not Gore Drinker, Conqueror. Sorry, the rune's synonymous with Gore Drinker.
Yeah.
But oh.
What build do you think Rem's going for? So I mean he's got the tier.
Oh.
Oh sweet, didn't
Hey,
fire the Q. He's got
that
the
was
tier plus the comet. So is this the Leandries into nonsense build?
maybe it could just be a man immune regular lethality build. I don't really see why he would go Leandries here. He can, I guess, because he has an Amumu, but that would require his alt hate to go not Leandries, which I think is okay. Everfrost's is pretty decent on Nivea as well. You could probably get away with a couple mythics on a Nivea, but
I don't think
and you,
it's optimal. I just wanted to talk about a niche build. But
yeah, well, they're actually
I'm
you have
in
the
the know.
Amumu, you have the Amumu passive, which opens you up to play a more magic damage heavy composition, right? Because of the increased true damage. But no, I wish I was more surprised that I'm looking at Ignite TP Ornn. Is what I was gonna say as far as Yuna and his preferences. But sadly we are not. And no spellbook. He's gonna die to Jarvan. And I don't know if that Ignite's gonna help him beat Gwen inside.
Yeah.
I-
I mean, so he can break the wall with Searing Charge, and then he walks out. It's easy.
Or he is his jungler ganks.
His jungler's gonna gank. This is a 3-camp clear into top lane. Kyle is here, hits the W, hits the E, dashes on in, gets the knockup. Do they have the damage to actually finish off Akira? They do. It's first blood for Yuna with his ignite in the top lane. And in the bottom lane, Hot Damn has to flash away, gets ignited by Rosebud. He's pretty low, but he's gonna stay alive for the time being.
This is a fleet footwork Jinx.
Yeah, a little bit of a defensive choice there from Indigo.
Yeah.
Scanning is going to find Kyle, and Kyle has to dash
Nice
away.
moves.
Yeah, that's a
Still
nice little...
flag and drag available, right, for scanning? Or did he dodge it? Am I
No, he's...
confused?
As far as I
He's
know,
just
he still
holding
had it, but they're going to steal the blue buff regardless, and they can give that to Zalthate, which isn't ideal for exclamation in the mid lane. He's going to have to deal with that.
Yeah. Not ideal is a way to phrase that. It was pretty awful, I think. On the bright side, it's only a level 4 Nivea, and she doesn't have a tier or anything. She's stacking for free with it.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it... Oh, they didn't actually hand it over. They just kept it on scanning.
Well, what are we talking about?
I know. I figured as long as Zalthate had stayed there, he'd get the buff, but...
Okay.
Yuna's fine. Scanning not going to go for a gank, and looks like Yuna's ward was enough to warn him that that was happening. Now he's got to get the cannon. Oh, he didn't get the cannon. Very sad.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm interested to see how Chad's able to pilot this Xerath. Already disappointed from a level 1. I believe that not shooting the Xerath Q at Rem was what the kids these days call low test. Oh, nice dodge from Kyle.
Low test?
Yeah, low
Like low
test.
testosterone? Oh,
Yeah.
jeez. That's we're really going in
Hey.
on him.
Yeah. Well,
On God, on God. Um,
speaking of really going in on him.
Yeah, Indigo has to flash away, has to burn the cleanse as well, just to make sure that he doesn't die. Yuna, that didn't go so well for him, and everything going very well from Ashes. The flash over the wall from Zaltate, not quite able to find the Flash Frost, but the Crystallize gonna force the Xerath to walk the long way around the embankment, and is very slowly gonna chase down the Xerath. Kyle good. Oh, he's gonna dash in, gets the knockup. Rosebud taken pretty low, but he's got the bandage toss for the kill, and the plant out
Eesh.
for Zaltate.
Yeah, I don't. I wish I knew. I wish I got to see what was happening or how this fight broke out on the bottom side, and I like doubly wish that I got to see what was happening because that would mean that I didn't have to see what happened top lane. It looked like he hadn't even spent his done his little orange shopping. You know, he had
Yeah.
TP available, and I think he was just sitting on money. Maybe I mean, as far as champions Yuna plays, I know that Ornn is not like the highest on the list, so maybe we just forgot. But here's a Rome. Oh, oh,
Duh.
oh. Hey, lag. Hey, lag.
I
Okay?
thought that he was uninterruptible in his E. He got knocked up by Flag and Drake though.
No, his E is interruptible.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's his W that isn't. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like the same animation, but it's not. You know.
Yeah, that dash right there, that's definitely
Yeah.
interruptible.
Okay. I'm on board with that. I'm just.
Hey, all good.
I've casted a handful of Ornn games in my life.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
yeah, I know we play a little bit of Ornn here on Return of the Middlesticks.
Kyle is soloing the dragon, but he gets spotted by Rosebud. He's got a smite, but now in
Gonna
comes...
kill Rosebud.
Yeah, Chad
try
is
to.
here. He's got the shock orb. There's... What is happening in this video game? Rem finishes him off. Yuna's just dead. Scanning didn't hit his Q. Maybe we just go next. I don't know, man.
Hey, all good. All good.
This
all
is...
good, all good, all good.
Yeah, this is
all
the
good.
warm-up game, I'm pretty sure, that's happening right now.
Yeah. Yeah. All good.
It's hard to get excited about the plays because it's just like, oh, that's that's unfortunate. Oh, that's unfortunate. Like back to back.
Yeah, the camera is just panning, and this is a dead Jinx.
Yeah, Jinx has exactly 0 places that she's allowed to go after that, and
yeah, and
that's a good gank from scanning. The Jarvan Jacuzzi utilized well. They knew Indigo didn't have a flash, so
it's the team comp experience. I think they don't know exactly where Rosebud is, so I think they're playing up a little bit away from the bushes. Jarvan finally gets his angle where Indigo's actually in range of the R. And see Rem just lets the ult rip. Nice timing on that. Just a guaranteed kill on a Jinx without flash. And they can do that pretty much as long as he doesn't have flash and doesn't have... I would say as long as he doesn't have protection, but I'm not sure that there's really anyone on our team that could have prevented that by being there.
That's really annoying.
Yeah, nice trade from Zaltate. Yeah, and he's gonna be at a point in the mid lane matchup, I think, where I mean he has blue buff and just about has lost chapter, kind of waiting on that. No teleport available, so he's gonna have to wait for the next cannon wave to really maybe get a free recall. But he's really gonna force.
But yeah, Chad can't leave tower.
Yeah,
ever.
well, Chad can leave tower, I think, but he forces Chad to play from max range. And I don't.
Yuna gonna go for the Hammerboy bouncy time. They'll get 1 knockup. Rosebud is dead, so they eliminate the Amumu. He didn't have ult. He was only level 5. Hot Dame is here. No exclamation just yet, and he doesn't have Right of the Arcane because it was used during that last little skirmish. So our team has to be careful. They don't have as many resources right now as are available,
Whoop.
even though they have the extra man.
God.
Yuna just going to get the auto, but
God.
sidestep from exclamation. He gets stuck on the
Uh,
crystallize, though. A lot of damage coming through.
wow.
And can't knock Saltate into the egg. Kyle going to go ahead and pick up uh, the Rift Herald, but now getting pinched on just a bit. Has to try to fight his way back out to Yuna. They're just going to abandon Kyle, which is honestly a little fair at this point. Scanning, flashes forward, hits him with the Dragon Lance, and that'll be the 10th kill of the game secured by From Ashes, and they are ahead by 4,000 gold at 10 minutes.
Yeah. Rift Herald goes to RTM. Maybe an opportunity to get some gold back, but it's what I was talking about. Difficulty playing the game against this Jarvan character. I mean, we saw it in bot lane, we saw it in mid lane. We're probably going to see it in top lane soon, if we don't already. The wave is in an awful position for Yuna. Jarvan has his ultimate available. He might just opt to let Akira continue to hold his own in the matchup.
Yeah, Akira has a 2-level advantage right now over Yuna, which is kind of ridiculous given, like, the lane has been relatively, yeah, Rosebud taking a lot of damage. The bullet time just ripping through. Rosebud just turns it around and straight kills Indigo. Why not? Kyle's here, but the Curse of the Sad Mummy is still available. Flash away, but they've already taken down the Renata Glask. Exclamation is in the wings, but really can't do anything with the Anivia closing. Kyle taken pretty low. One more auto, but the Shock Orb lands. They do get the turnaround and the shutdown onto Kyle. Now have to be a little bit careful about how they manage this one. Rosebud gets knocked up the W. The heal, the double kill for Kyle good. Now Yuna getting the 1v2 experience up in the top lane. Gets a knock up onto Akira, and now doesn't have the Searing Charge to go through the wall of the Jarvan Jacuzzi.
Oh,
the
this is a little
point
silly.
blank Xerath ult not quite able to connect. He's got the Q, going to turn him into an egg, but really can't do any more than that. But they at least get the passive out as alt hate. You can't walk forward? Okay, yeah.
Oof. It's scary. And, I mean, there's the aforementioned Flashless Ornn dying to Jarvan gank. It's like we took the one lane that maybe could have survived a Jarvan gank, and we didn't run Flash. It is dire. 5-head. I know this is what you pay me for.
Yeah.
Come in here and look at a 6k gold lead at 12 minutes and say, it is dire. Oh, good luck on the rim.
Good look on the rim. Taken pretty low. The Suck My Dick Rocket hits him, but not quite able to finish him off. They'll take the consolation of Mumu prize, as Amumu always is, unfortunately. Yuna is dead. That's no sugarcoating on that one. They're trying to chase down the Anivia, but that's a really nasty crystallize. Kyle still able to dash through to the camp, and he's got no mana underneath the tower, so they have cornered this bird, and he doesn't really have anywhere to go. Yeah.
Nice. Kyle's been able to pick up a lot of kills.
Scanning's here.
This is another one.
They might get another one here. This is a closer fight than it probably
It's
should
the
be.
lethal
Not the
tempo.
lethal tempo.
Look at him.
Coming over, Hot Damn just flashes in, though, for the Q. They'll eventually finish that one off. And they give the shutdown over to Indigo, so that's pretty nice. Get the second kill on the Jinx. But on the top side, as you said, a little dire. Akira's finished up his Rift Maker and has finished up the top lane tower as well.
Yeah, 9 stacks on the Dark Seal. Rosebud
Ooh,
gonna look
Rosebud.
in. He has Sad Mummy. And that's the experience.
They had the ultimate buttons, and they hit them both on Chad, and he is dead.
I mean, why not? There's no objective. The next one is Rift Herald in 2.5 minutes. Might as well knock that guy out. Get some mid-tower plates here. Those are still in the game.
Yeah.
Lionel is available again.
Yuna
Level
is
11, that cooldown is low.
getting needled. Do you see the Gwen change they're making? I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah,
They're
I don't know. I've seen
making
people
the
talk about it.
recast time
It's a whole...
is in between. That's the big one, I guess, is the recast time on the ult is now just like a flat 2 seconds rather than allowing you to recast it after you hit an auto or an ability.
It looks like they would prefer if Gwen didn't, tag you with R1, dash in, connect one auto attack, and then one-shot you with R2, auto R3 in the later part of the game. Which I think is fair. But the changes in general are just weird. It's a whole smorgasbord.
Yeah.
I've seen people who play more Gwen than I be like, I don't know, I'll have to play him. So, I don't know. I'll have to watch someone else play him. As Gwen has a Medjai's as well.
Yeah.
So
I mean, no real reason not to, honestly. Ready the Arcane's coming out. That's gonna soften up the Amumu a little bit, but not doing a whole lot.
I'd argue there's a reason not to. When you have a 600 gold bounty on your head, I mean, if you go down, there's almost a pin into the wall there. Nice look.
Yeah, now looking for the
good.
1v2. Indigo taken pretty low, but that's a well-placed flame chopper, I guess. Kyle still trying to fight his way out of this one. Knock up. Oh, the Q over the wall is enough from exclamation, but yeah, Gwen got a kill in the bottom lane, was able to take down Hot Damn.
Yeah. So far, no reason not to go the Medjai's. There's an ult on the Jarvan.
Yeah. Oh, if that Zap had hit, that's actually a dead bird. It still might be a dead bird. All right. Consolation prizes. You take those, and Yuna's gonna get the top lane tower. Boom.
Objective bounty.
Objective bounty. I've gone full bias caster in this game. I realize I haven't.
Yeah, I mean,
saying a whole lot of positive things about From Ashes, but they're playing their team comp really well, and Akira is just bossing in the top lane, doing really well on the Gwen.
Yeah.
This is a little strange, but it's going to be a 1v3, so I guess it's not that strange. But Rosebud might die for this, but oh no, he's got the Spider-Man out. Now scanning and Rem will finish off Yuna eventually.
Rosebud. A little disrespect. Nice cancel on the Ornal. Yeah, I mean, it's all credit From Ashes. I think that they... I mean, when we were in the draft, right, and I was talking about... I think the ease of execution goes to them. You know, they still went and made the plays. They saw all the angles, and they've been picking their fights and making the right plays, right? Sometimes you see teams draft comps like this, but they seem afraid to use it all the time. But no, they've gotten a lead and been pretty fearless with it. Second Drake coming up in 30 seconds. Feels like it should absolutely be theirs. Oh, flash from Zalhate. Not.
Is the flash worth keeping the passive up?
I don't know.
Where do you rate those cooldowns against each other?
I mean, I would rate Flash as a longer cooldown than Egg, but maybe there's some Anivia player out there that would have you believe that Egg is actually better than Flash. I don't know.
Kyle looking for Rem. Yeah, at least made him burn the Flash, made him think about that one, which is something going into this dragon. It's a Hextech Soul map, Hextech Dragon number 1.
They're on a ward here.
But yeah, they're definitely on a ward. Rosebud, oh my god, they just pulled the trigger at the same time. You can hear the shot calling happening. 1 for 1 thus far, though. Kyle just trying to kite back, but Akira is ripping through. It's a double kill for the Gwen. Triple kill for the Gwen, and won't be able to finish off the Quadra. Hot Damn will go down, though. It's the full Bud Light ace for From Ashes Esports. They'll pick up a Dragon. They'll pick up a Tower. Whatever they're feeling.
They're going to pick up a Rift Herald, I think, as well. Which makes sense. I mean, they're going to get everything. They're going to get mid-push. They're going to get Dragon. They're going to look for Rift Herald. We've already got top lane crashing in. Akira's going to be able to snag bottom wave down here.
I never noticed on the Hextech pit, there's like 4 lights underneath the Hextech emblem.
And
I've never seen those before. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I just zoomed in on them on the stream. But...
I was saying, I feel like it's very much our team knows they can't win this fight, right? I don't think we had flashes available because we have them all now. Maybe Chad did, and he just died on impact. But you know, we can't contest this dragon. We're nowhere near really being able to contest this dragon. Stancing up for it to me, just Gwen's ult is available again.
Chad gets the flash over the wall, but he's gonna find Rosebud.
He's gonna get herded into Zalhate.
All right. Well. I like that everybody had walked away from that one except Rosebud. They're just like, yeah, he's dead. I don't care anymore.
I think
Scanning canceled his own portal.
Can't take the portal because of
Kyle. Oh no.
Kyle good.
Kyle
not good.
Yeah, he's
Kyle good.
In a little bit of trouble and gonna go down. Scanning gets taken a little bit low, but now gets the big EQ. Gonna lock up Indigo and Yuna in the pit. Dashes over onto Indigo. The bullet time over the wall just rips on through ROTM. Yuna's alive for just a second, and he had to fight or die and chose die. I don't think he chose die. It was chosen for him, but for the 8th time this game, he died.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, RTM can't pick these fights. They are picking these fights. I mean, it's it feels like they don't really believe in the win that much anymore. We're just at this point we're just fighting them and hoping that that From Ashes messed it up real bad, which I mean they aren't. And I think again that's credit to their team comp. It is extremely unlikely that the Jarvan Misfortune, Amumu, and Nivea team is going to pull up and just fumble a team fight against you, right?
Yep. Akira's full stacks on his Magi's, by the way. He is
Oh yeah, he's been
out.
full stacks. He was full stacks before they killed Chad bot lane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He big.
Picking up what looks like a death cap, probably coming in. That's a scary guy. I mean, RTM forfeit last time we saw them, right?
Yep.
The game. Fighting the urge. I'm sorry, that's a toxic thing to say, but I mean, I'm just saying.
They're struggling to hit over a blue buff
here.
right now. Yeah, Kira's looking for this one. There's
quite
no reason
strong.
not to. They've already taken down Hot Damn, and Kyle
is
one-shot
Kyle
going to follow. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be Baron picked up from Ashes. They can just do it straight up. They will win every fight they pick anywhere. As long as they are grouping up on it, we're going to use bullet time for fun.
Jinx Xerath? No. All right.
Hey, Jinx Xerath.
There's the Jinx.
Hanging out in...
I really wanted the steal, but it's not even particularly close.
That would have been something.
Yeah.
I think... I don't know. I don't know what I think. I think well played from Ashes. You have bested ROTM in this game, probably. Not to be a doomer and deny the hope, but it's... Oh, hey, we die for fun. That's okay.
That's a big shutdown. Kyle has his 7th kill of the game, and Akira has killed approximately his 7th turret of the game.
Yeah, Akira is insanely strong here. I mean, him and Rosebud are looking like they're about ready to attempt a 2v4, and yeah, they are.
Yeah, who says no? Not Kyle.
Yeah, see that R2 R3 interaction? I think that's what they want to remove. That was
just feel like
so fast.
It's like 2.5 seconds. I think that feels a little steep on the recast, but we'll see what they're.
It's 1.5
I'll have
seconds.
to play it. I don't know.
It's 1.5 seconds.
Is it 1.5? Okay.
Yeah.
I think it was 2.5 initially or something. Maybe they changed it.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe they brought it up, but it's
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like what it's supposed to do, if that makes sense. If my feelings about what it's supposed to do mean anything. And they're just gonna come in here and beat the base time. I mean, there's a dragon available. Really, no reason to take it when you're strong enough to just win the game as is.
That Ornhorn was exceptionally loud. Rosebud is dead, so they get 1 kill. Hot Damn is still alive. I'm gonna get knocked up. Kyle finishes that one off eventually. Akira does not care for the plight of his teammates. He's gonna just take another base structure, and Indigo is trapped in the jacuzzi with scanning, and it's a little too hot for him there. Hot Damn falls. It's a double kill for scanning. That R is back up somehow. Akira finishes that one off. They get the egg, and they're able to finish off scrambling Anivia, but Xerath is dead, so Xin, and it's just scanning and Akira. The triple-double, the full house, however you feel. It's the ace from Ashes in a 2-0 win. They're on to 5-0, and
yeah,
now
I mean,
taking down ROTM. That's the top team in the group right there. That's the measuring stick now for ROTM the rest of the way.
Yeah, I'd say a fairly solid performance. I mean, we saw in game 1, they were playing with the sub top laner, but our team was in a winning position, right? just dropped the bag a little bit. It felt like maybe our heart wasn't quite in game 2, or maybe From Ashes just came out and had a great performance. But props to them. I think there's a lot of stuff in game 1, little things, macro things we can fix to not lose that one, let that one slip away. And I think RTM still has a pretty good chance of making it into the postseason and having a good showing. So
Yeah, I hope what they take away from this is the game 1 performance, that they can hang with them, that they can still
yeah,
be the best team in this group. Like at the end of the season, that's all that matters, is that you can beat everybody on your schedule, and so far they just have dropped the ball a couple of times.
yeah,
Um,
and
but
that's okay.
yeah,
You
now you gotta.
you don't get the championship for you don't get the trophy for winning the regular season, right? It's not that deep. It doesn't matter that much
But now
as long as you get better from it, right?
you gotta make sure you get in now. That's the scary part. They're sitting at 3-2, which will put them probably third or fourth in the group. You can't fall below fifth, and that's where we need to watch out for Rodham. A little bit easier of a schedule, like I said, a couple of the bottom table teams to end out. So got to pick up 2 wins there, and hopefully we'll see them bounce back next week. But um, thanks
Yep.
again, Lexus, for joining me. Not again. This is the first time I've thanked you today, but thank you. And next stream is going to be Thursday night. We have Darkwind on our stream, and the debut of Banditos is going to be on the CCS main stream. So big Thursday night league action, and then Friday we've got the gold. We got both gold teams, and we have Crowstorm starting. So I don't know how we're going to balance Friday, but look forward to that. Will be a mess. I'm going to send you guys over to Aegis. E7 is taking on Team Ambition Black, so these are 2 teams like right there with ROTM, so this game matters a lot to you Middlestick fans. But yeah, for myself, for Alexis, for the rest of ROTM, thanks for watching tonight, and we'll see you guys on Thursday.
Yep.
I always say that, click
Raiders.
the ready to raid button. Now we got a couple more.
7? Hey, one of them's me. I'm out. Back to 6.
Our Raiders! We were at like 14 viewers at one point, and then everybody left when it was depressing, I guess. So.
Yeah,